Luis, tell me, how is Marty?
Sure.
Luis, please answer. Do you know if he's all right?
Hang on one sec, okay?
Luis! Luis!
How am I supposed to do this? How am I supposed to tell Sharon that Marty is dead?
You'll find a way. You have to. Grandfather's death in that train wreck will be worldwide news soon. Look, I'll give you some privacy, okay? I'll be down in the lobby if you need me.
Okay. God, this is gonna be too hard for her. This is gonna kill her, though.
It's best that she hears it from you. Good luck, Luis.
Thanks.
Luis, please, where are you? What's going on?
Calm down, Sharon.
I can't calm down. Marty might be hurt
You've got another child to think about, too.
Luis, are you there? Is Marty all right? Is he? Ethan? Honey, where are you?
Where did he go? Teresa. Damn it if I find him in her arms again tonight, she is dead.
Buonasera.
Buonasera, signorina.
Can I get some espresso and brandy down here? My roommate's on an important call, and I want to give him some privacy.
But of course.
Let's see. Ethan. Hey. What's happened to you? You okay?
No, I'm not. I don't know why. I just got some news that should be great, but Teresa is giving me up. She's moving on.
I can't believe that.
Yeah, well, she said she realized that we were never going to be together, and I was her dream. That's what she said. And that dream was dead.
You really think she means it?
Yeah, I do. I think she's done with me for good. Forever.
It's okay.
No, it's not gonna be okay, no.
Teresa, hey, what is going on? I've never seen you like this.
I was with Ethan.
God, I should have guessed.
No, you don't understand. When right before you got here, he and I were together, and I told him I want him to leave me alone.
What?
I told Ethan that I want him to leave me alone forever.
I don't understand, but Ethan, he's been your dream ever since you were a little kid.
I know. It was the hardest thing I ever had to do, but it was the right thing to do. It's over.
Breathe in, breathe out. You keep me alive. You are my passion for life.
He's not gonna leave Gwen. You know, I had to make a clean break. But it's killing me.
You're telling me. Fancy, tonight told me that our relationship was over.
Oh, no, that's terrible. I'm so sorry.
No. God, you know, it's funny because everyone says that Rome is just such a romantic city, you know, and I guess that's not true if you're from Harmony. two couples have called it quits tonight for good. Fancy said that after everything that happened with Maya, she could never trust me again. You should have heard her voice. You know, she was so angry. She was so final. She said that Alistair's death gave her the clarity.
Wait, what?
I'm sorry, Teresa. I didn't mean to blurt it out like that. And I guess this is something you need to hear. Look, Alistair tried to escape tonight, and in this train, and Luis and Fancy and I, we went after him in a helicopter, and then out of nowhere, this drone plane came, and it shot the bridge out from underneath the train, and we're assuming that it was one of Alistair's enemies, you know, but the train, it fell into the ravine, and it exploded. And he's dead.
Wow. Guess every cloud has a silver lining.
Teresa, it gets worse. Beth was in the train.
I'm not gonna lose any sleep over her, Noah.
And so was Marty.
Oh.
He's dead, Teresa.
God. Wow. This has got to be killing Luis and Sheridan, huh?
Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah.
It's gotta be hard for Fancy, too, you know. I mean, she finally realized what a monster Alistair was, but, you know, watching your own grandfather die, that's...
Wait a second. Wait, if Alistair is dead.
Yeah, it means you're head of the Crane Industries again. It means you have all the resources in the world at your disposal.
To hold for my son.
Are you sure you still want to give up on Ethan?
Absolutely.
Wow. You really are finished with him, huh?
Yes, I am. Are you really finished with Fancy?
Yeah, it looks that way, huh?
So, I guess Alistair's plan to destroy us all here in Rome was successful, huh? I mean, he destroyed relationships. He destroyed lives. So I guess he was the one who sent that email that I received that said someone from Harmony would die in Rome. That he never thought it'd be himself.
Mm. You know, Luis said something like that. Interesting, he said that Omega actually means the end, right? And so many things have ended in Rome. Badly.
Like my relationship with Ethan. I don't know how I'm gonna live in a world without him.
She is in Ethan's arms. Well, I'm gonna kill her.
You do not look okay, either. What's wrong? What?
Ethan. Grampy and Beth and Marty were killed tonight.
What?
Grampy was trying to escape on a train and these missiles.
Fancy missiles?
Yeah, I know, yes. We think it was Alistair's enemies that murdered him, but the missiles took out a bridge and the train crashed into a ravine, exploded. Oh, God, the fire. Luis and Noah and I watched the whole thing from a helicopter. I'm sorry, it's too hard for me to talk about. Can you get the details from Luis or Noah? Probably Noah.
Sure.
All three of them are dead. Beth, little Marty, and Grampy.
Fancy, oh my... I'm so sorry. I know whatever happened. That Alistair loved you, and you loved him.
Yeah. He loved me almost till the end.
Oh my God, and Marty. Little Marty. Have you talked to Luis? Must be devastated. I mean, does Sheridan know about this?
Luis is upstairs talking to her right now. I'm giving him some privacy. I can't believe that man can even stand up. He is so strong, Ethan, but I think he's gonna break. I mean, he had to watch his own little son die. Oh my God, Ethan, it was so horrible. I don't know how Luis is ever gonna be able to deal with this.
It's okay. All right.
I can do this. I have to do this.
Luis. Luis, I can't see you. Come back. Oh, there you are. Thank God. Luis, something is terribly wrong. I know it. I had a dream. It was so frightening. Marty was lost in the dark, and I could hear him calling me, but I couldn't find him. And then there was fire, so much fire. And I heard him screaming. And he was frightened and in pain. I don't know what it means, but I think it's real. Where is Marty? Do you know?
Sheridan, please don't get worked up.
Chris, this is not some figment of my imagination. I know. Something is terribly, terribly wrong. Luis, tell me the truth. I can't shake this dark feeling that Marty is dead.
Sheridan, you can't do this to yourself.
Give that back.
Not until you calm down. I was against the idea of this call. Do you know where we are? Sheridan's in hospital.
Hospital? Is she all right? What about the baby?
I'm fine.
She's had some complications, but at the moment, she's all right. The doctor wants us to keep her calm, and this isn't exactly helping.
Give that back. I am not a child.
Then stop acting like one.
Chris, I want to speak to Luis.
Do you hear that? She's half out of her mind tonight, and any big shock can be detrimental to both her and the baby.
I understand.
Chris, give me that laptop this instant.
Patience. So, is it true? This dream she had, it was more of a premonition. She's had them before. And everyone said that she's usually correct.
Yeah, she usually is.
Well, then tell me, is there news of Marty that might upset Sheridan?
Yes. Bad news. Marty's dead.
Oh my God, he told you, didn't he? Give me back that computer. Chris, what did Luis say? I have to talk to Luis. I have to know the truth.
Sheridan, please. You don't have to do this to yourself. We can talk to Luis when he gets back to Harmony.
No, I have to talk to Luis now. Please, Luis, tell me, whatever it is. I'm going mad worrying about Marty. What happened?
Sure, shouldn't you do like the doctor says? You're not supposed to get upset.
This is what gets me upset. Nobody telling me anything. Answer my question, Luis. Is Marty all right? Or is my son dead? Luis, is our baby dead?
You told me Noah was on that helicopter with you?
Yes. It seems selfish to even talk about myself after what's happened, but after we came back from the airfield, I told Noah we were finished.
Fancy.
It's over, Ethan. I've given him chance after chance to be straight with me. At one point, I even told him that he could keep his past to himself if he wanted to, as long as he was honest about what was important, but he went right on lying. And not to talk bad about the dead, but after what he did with that slut Maya, I mean, yes, grandfather was behind it initially, but Noah made the choices for himself that hurt us, that hurt me. I mean, he didn't have to go along with those ridiculous schemes. He could have come to me and explained what was going on, but he couldn't. He wouldn't trust me, and trust is the most important thing there is.
I understand. Hey, you don't have to tell me that, all right? I grew up as a crane. I know. Everybody lies. Everybody has hidden agendas, Fancy, and you just have to gravitate towards the straight shooters in this world. What's ironic is, I try to be honest. I do, and I found out tonight, Teresa, she doesn't trust me at all.
What?
She had something important to tell me, something really important, and she decided to keep it to herself. She was scared that I wouldn't believe her.
Well, no surprise there with all the lies she's told.
Fancy,
Hey,
don't...
I like to think I'm Teresa's friend now, but there is no denying history. Does this secret have something to do with Gwen?
You know what? I don't know. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because Teresa told me that she wants nothing to do with me anymore.
It's like there's a cold wind from hell tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, love is dying everywhere you look. And I've given up on Noah forever, and Luis says Sheridan will never be with him again now that Marty's dead. And now you and Teresa won't ever be together either?
Hold on. Don't put me in that group, okay? I have Gwen.
Ethan, we've just been speaking of honesty. Don't lie to me. I saw your face when you came in. It's breaking your heart to know Teresa's giving up on you.
That thing with Teresa was a daydream. I am married, Nancy.
Oh, please. You love Gwen on some level, but not the way you love Teresa. Ethan, Teresa is your soulmate. Everyone knows it, even Gwen, I bet, so don't try to deny it. Oh, God, I used to love Rome so much. Now I may never come back. This whole trip has meant nothing but misery to everyone who came here. Except for Whitney and Chad, who learned they aren't brother and sister. Can't you do some damage control and talk to Teresa?
It's over. It's her choice. It's her choice.
Ethan, grandfather's dead. Maybe it's too late for me and Luis and Sheridan, but you still have the power to break the curse that he's put on all of us. Choose to be with Teresa. Choose life, choose happiness. Go to Teresa right now and tell her you love her with all your heart and all your soul. Tell her you can't live without her, or you will regret losing Teresa for the rest of your life.
Teresa, I am so sorry. I wish there was something I could do to help.
Thank you. No, but there isn't. I thought that JT Cornell would finally convince Ethan that Gwen and Rebecca were the ones who sent the files to the tabloid that proved he was Sam's son, but JT's long gone. And it really doesn't matter anymore anyway, because Ethan will never believe me. Ever.
Gwen, stop!
Get off! I warned you to stay away from my husband!
You are my passion for life.
Oh, hey, what the hell are you doing? Come on!
Noah! Noah! Oh my God, I thought you were Ethan.
Well, I'm not, all right? And what the hell are you doing, you whack job? You almost killed Teresa.
Where's Ethan? I could have sworn to God that I saw him.
Well, he's not here.
You were hugging Teresa.
Yeah, you got it in one, sport.
Yeah, you witch. It was Noah.
Well, boy, you don't waste any time, do you?
What is that supposed to mean, Gwen?
I mean, speaking of whack jobs, you should watch out for this one, okay? I think she's finally getting the idea that Ethan is not going to leave me, and I think she's out looking for her next victim.
What?
Be careful. Okay, she's like a Black Widow spider. She destroys everyone she touches.
Just hold it right there, all right? I've watched Teresa grow up since she was a little girl, okay? She's one of the best people I know.
Thank you, Noah.
One of the best people you know. That's great. I can see she's got you completely snowed, just like Ethan, because he also refuses to see her for what she is.
So what are you doing out here, Gwen? Oh, let me guess. You woke up in the middle of the night, you realized your husband was missing. So you assumed that he was with me, because he always comes back to me.
Oh, Teresa, you don't have the first clue what you're talking
Gwen,
about.
desperately running through the streets, searching for her husband and that wicked woman. It must gnaw your insides to know that he is always drawn to me like a moth to a flame.
Yeah, like a lemming to a cliff.
Well, and she admits it. Doesn't it terrify you, Gwen? To know that I could take him from you? I could, you know.
Please, how many times have you tried? And you failed.
Well, not this time. All I gotta do is reach out my hand and trust me, he will come running.
Oh, Teresa, shut up already.
Well, you were right, Gwen. Ethan was with me because he loves me. You know it, and I know it. But I realized something. Love isn't enough. His marriage vows bind him to you forever. So, I told him something that I think will help you sleep better at night. I told him it was over.
What?
I've given up on my dream of a life with the man I love who loves me.
You're such a liar.
She's not lying, Gwen. Why do you think she's so upset?
Why on earth would I believe you? I don't trust a word you say.
And Ethan shouldn't trust you either, Gwen, and we both know why. Now don't wait.
I'm gonna go find my husband.
It's all yours, Gwen. Now and forever. God help him.
Ethan, go find Teresa. It's not too late. Tell her you love her. You're never going to be happy with another woman. You know that.
Fancy. All right. I love her. I love Teresa. I love Teresa, okay? Thank you. Yes, but guess what? I'm married. Married. You know what that means? Married. It might not mean much to you, but it means something to me, Fancy. Look, I'm not going to be one of those guys at the country club who is working on their second, third, or fourth marriage and thinks it's more important to have a good prenup than to take vows in front of a priest.
Okay, but what if Teresa's right?
About what?
What if Gwen lied to you? What if she and her mother were the ones who exposed your paternity to that tabloid? Wouldn't that mean your marriage is based on a lie?
Yep. And yes, that would mean that our vows were taken under false pretenses and I would dump Gwen in a heartbeat.
Wow. Thought it all out, haven't you?
It's not like it's gonna happen. There's no proof that Gwen lied. Fancy. Zero proof.
Oh man, I have got to find Gwen or Teresa gotta get me some money.
I can hear it in your voice. You know, don't you? When was the last time you saw him? Was it at the ruins when those lions were chasing you? I saw Marty there with Beth and Father. It was horrible. Oh, God. Maybe you should lie to me. Please tell me Marty's all right.
Sharon.
My baby, my little boy. He can't be.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I was always so determined to end up with Ethan, but that's not gonna happen. Maybe I'm never gonna get what I want again.
I don't know. I think you'll be able to find true love again.
Those are comforting words, Noah. But look who's talking. Do you think you will ever find love again?
Hey, look, we're not talking about me, right? We're here to cheer you up.
Right. Got it. We are two accomplished liars we can convince each other that we will find true love once again. Correct?
Correct.
Okay. Maybe we're not as good at lying as we thought.
I'll go check on Luis. He must have told Sheridan the bad news by now.
Do me a favor. If he needs someone to talk to, tell him I'm here, okay?
I will.
Just take care.
Me too.
Oh, good God. I can't let Ethan Winthrop see me. Over here. Come on.
What are you doing here? You're supposed to be in hiding.
What does this look like?
JT, not here. If Teresa finds you, she's gonna shake the truth out of you.
Gwen, look, life on the run is an expensive proposition, and I'm out of money.
Already?
Yes.
Okay, I'll give you what I have.
Oh, great. I'm talking real money. Look, this is the number to my Swiss bank account. You gotta wire me funds, substantial funds.
Not made of money?
Oh, a rich girl like you with an even richer mother? I think so.
Are you trying to blackmail me?
Oh, harsh word, harsh word. Look, all I know is I'm the only guy on the planet who can prove to Ethan that you and Rebecca exposed the fact that he's not a crane. And I got expensive taste. So, I could even go to Teresa. I mean, if you can't cough it up. So what's it gonna be? You gonna back my life on the run financially? Or do I march myself in there to Ethan and tell him what I know? Now, I'm sure Teresa would be so happy. She would give me anything I want for the rest of my life.
Luis, how did it happen? Please tell me he didn't suffer.
Your father was trying to escape on a train. Beth and Marty were with him. I was with Fancy and Noah. And we were up in a helicopter. We saw everything. This drone aircraft showed up. It was armed with missiles, and it fired the missiles at a bridge that was ahead of the train.
Oh, God.
So the train went off the bridge down into a ravine. It exploded, and everyone died.
Oh, Marty. He was so scared. He was terrified.
No, I think it was fast.
Oh, God, my baby.
I'm sorry, Sheridan. I'm sorry. You know, it's all I know how to say. I failed you. I failed you again.
I'm so sorry, my love. I'm so sorry.
Why?
Luis, how are you holding up?
I wasn't gonna tell her. But she knew. She could hear it in my voice. I failed her again.
I I am sure she doesn't blame you. You did everything you could.
That wasn't enough. I lost my son. I lost the woman that I love.
Yeah, we've both lost love in Rome, Luis.
My life is over.
No. No. You're probably not ready to hear this, but we will find love and happiness. Someday, we've got to.
It's impossible. I will never find love again.
So, am I making myself clear? You're gonna give me cash, lots of cash, or do I take what I got to Ethan, which includes an annoying little answering machine tape with you and your mother on it, a photo of me and your mother in bed. Oh my. Well, hey, it's your funeral. You know, Teresa would be more than willing to make me a millionaire. In fact, her first offer was 10 mil.
Hey. Teresa doesn't have a dime to her name. Okay, now that we all know Alistair's alive, she's not head of Crane Industries.
What, are you living in a hole in the ground, Gwen? I mean, look at the paper. Alistair's dead.
What?
Yes, burned up in a train. And you know what that means? Teresa is back in charge of Crane Industries, making her the most wealthy woman on the planet.
Oh my God.
Oh, but no worries, no worries. I feel a loyalty to you. If it wasn't for you and your mother, I wouldn't have had the biggest scoop of my entire tabloid career. Made some poor choices after that, but...
JT, this is not about loyalty. You're on the run from the IRS. You want to stay in hiding because if they find you, you'll go to jail.
Okay, think what you want. I'm giving you first dibs. So what's it gonna be? Mondo cash, or I give Ethan the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Fine. Okay, I will call my mother. I will call her. She's a Crane too. And look, I'm sure we can work something out.
Goody. So just fill that account to the brim and we'll be the best of buds. Oh my God, hi.
Well, there you are, handsome.
Hi.
Hi. No, Teresa can't see JT.
Something wrong?
Wrong?
Teresa, what are you looking at?
Look at me, Luis. Look at me. You will find love again. I know you're in a dark place right now, and no wonder, but you're young, you're strong. Don't give up hope.
No way. It's the love Sheridan and I had. That comes once in a lifetime. Lightning does not strike twice in a city.
Oh, I hate that expression. It's not true.
Tell you something. The woman that I love is thousands of miles away in agony. And there's not a damn thing that I can do to help her. To help her? What the hell am I even talking about? This whole thing is my fault. Marty would still be alive if it wasn't for me.
You can't give in to despair, Luis. You have to believe that someday you will find happiness and love. You're one of the good guys. Someone like you has to be riding off into the sunset with the right woman, or I will lose my faith in happy endings.
That's right. Look at the two of us. A bunch of losers.
Hey.
Well, neither one of us ended up with the person we thought we would.
Yeah, but we will find love again. We have to.
You really believe that?
Yes. Yes, I believe that. I have to. If I didn't, there'd be no reason to get out of bed in the morning.
I guess it doesn't matter anyway. My son, Sheridan's son, is dead.
Teresa, what is it?
It's
It's Ethan. should have guessed.
I've got to get over this, Noah. I have to.
Did Teresa see me? No? Good.
Hey, do you, want a drink or something?
There's only one thing I want, and that is you up in our room making love to me until dawn.
Should have been me.
You're still tempted to go to him, aren't you?
Yeah. You know, when we walked in just now, it just kind of felt like a knife in my heart.
Oh, God, she might save something for the room.
I cannot watch this. It's like an addiction or something, you know? It's like, this must be what it feels like if you're like a drug addict or an alcoholic or something. I'm like addicted to him, you know, but I'm gonna get over it.
Look, I think in AA they have this saying, it goes one day at a time, right? And then after a bunch of days, it gets a little easier.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get over my addiction. It wouldn't be good for our children if I didn't.
Wait, our children? I thought you guys only had one.
We, of course, want one girl, of course. And one boy.
Marrying Whitney isn't gonna change a thing for us. I'll make sure we see each other whenever we want.
It sounds to me like you love yourself a lot more than you care about Kay.
If she delivers this early, she'll lose the baby.